tape. Let's dive into the tape.
Might drop with a Yager-like salute.
Roll the tape.
Rupp with a shot. He's gone.
2 goals for Mike Rupp.
Look at him go. Tape to tape. Let's diggity dive right into the tape. All right, time now for Tape Room, presented by NHL Sense Arena. We are joined in studio here with Joey Daccord, Seattle Kraken goaltender, and your father, Brian Daccord, who I want to make sure I get the title correct, Director of Goaltending, Scouting, and Development with the Detroit Red Wings. Welcome, joining us. Schneid's, you have a great relationship with the family. We'll get into that in a minute. But Joey, I want to know how you got into the Sense Arena.
Well, I first started, actually, the first time was this guy here. Started working for the company, and I think it was around Christmas time, maybe 2020. It was a Christmas gift, something like that. And I was like, oh, cool, fun little video game. I'm never going to use this, you know, type of deal. And now I use it basically every single day and before every single start that I play in the NHL and every single game. Yeah.
Was there a moment where you're like, all right, man, this is going to be part of my routine?
It was, I actually backed up a game in the American League, and I was like, you know, my backup, when I'm backing up, my routine isn't exactly as
thorough.
Exactly, yeah. Or structured, you could say. Kind of based on what I feel I need or when my next start's going to be. And decided to throw it on and just see some shots before. And then I went up for warm-ups, and I was like seeing the puck. Unbelievable.
Really? You can tell like that?
Huge difference.
That's awesome.
So then I started using it every game, right after that.
Yeah, the first time I ever got involved was at your facility, Brian, back in Boston, and you had it in that development center, and I put it on. I was kind of like, it took me a minute to get used to it because it's a little funky, like you said, when you're not used to it, but then you kind of get dialed in. But I wanted to ask you, Brian, you were part of the process of developing on the goaltender side, of figuring out what to put in, how it's going to look. Get into that a little bit about what you wanted to accomplish when you were developing this system.
Well, the idea was just to give the goalies a chance to get better, right? So how are you going to use technology to get better? So Bob Tativa, the founder of the whole thing, had this idea of using virtual reality, and he created this goalie app. And from that point on, it was just every year just making it better and using the advancement in technology to make it an incredible app.
So how did you guys like go and ask goaltenders, say, hey, what would be something beneficial? What would be something you think would be really cool to use? Like, how did all that come together?
Do you remember? I one time called him and I was like, we need to make something that's just, I wasn't even thinking VR. I was thinking on the computer where I could just sit there and watch releases of shots. Because I was like, if I see a puck come off a stick a million times, lefty, righty, high glove, low blocker, I was like, my eyes are going to be able to pick it up so fast. Yeah. And I think you answered, like we were on the phone, and you were like, we're literally making that in VR right now. Like, just give us a second. We're making this. And I was like, that's, you know, kind of perfect timing. And then that's
there's so much value in that. Just hearing you say that, I just think of even a PK guy or trying to be a shot blocker. Yeah. Like you see releases and you have to predict and you have to guess where that shot lane is and where things are at. I find that that's really interesting.
It's funny when my teammates put it on. Like I'll do it on an off day. Like let's say, you know, we have a game on Monday and Wednesday and we don't skate on Tuesday. I'll wear it on the off day, like in the treatment room or whatever. All the guys are getting treatment. Next thing you know, you got 10, 12 guys in line ready to do it. They're like making windmill glove saves. Hilarious. They're usually terrible, but the good shot blockers are usually pretty good at it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, there's a correlation there.
How many guys like, oh, this is easy, let me throw this on. And
they get lit up.
They get lit up. Yeah,
they get
right.
rinsed.
Exactly.
It's hilarious.
All right.
Yeah. It's not as easy as it looks.
All these skaters out there, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going to get into let's see kind of what you go through, your routine, cool. And I love that stuff. Schneid's has been awesome with showing us. I'd love to see your routine though, because yours is the most popular.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm told.
Right,
yeah.
Brian? He's been the #1 guy.
Absolutely, he's on the cover.
So we'll step aside here. We'll let Joey throw it on because I think. Again, I do my demos, but for somebody who actually plays in the NHL right now and uses it, I think the viewers at home would love to see what you use, what you think is more valuable than others, and how you run through the program.
Perfect. So I'm going to get set up here. All right, so we calibrated the net. We're good to go. So I just queued up. I do more than this before I play, but I typically like to start with a cognitive drill. So flying pucks, this is a cognitive drill. So this actually isn't a goalie drill. I like to do this first just because this really turns my brain on and locks me in. So it's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a machine, like almost looks like a tennis ball machine, and it's going to be throwing different colored pucks at me, and my hands are going to be different colors. And I'm just trying to match up the hand of my my controller with the puck, and that's just the first thing I do before I even see any shots.
Hey, so. Joey, just for transparency, Schneid's had it on easy when he did this. You have it on hard. Let's go.
I normally do it on the brutal setting, but yeah. So this is on hard, so it's a little easier for me. But yeah, so just matching up the color with the puck there. So let's see how we do.
So your joystick's one color, and you have to match that with the puck.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So like, and then if it's not the right color, you just got to let it go. So that was red.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
wow.
So this is like the first thing I do before I start anything, and I really like that. That's just like the first thing I do. Let's see. So 95%, not bad. I expect 100 there, honestly.
Way harder than it looks.
It is. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I do that, and there's a couple other drills like that. There's like it's called coach's drop. Basically, you hold your two hands up, and it drops a puck, and then it's just a reactionary drill. So I'll start with that, and then I move into goalie cannon. So this is a drill with the dummies. So I'm going to set this up. We'll just do 30 seconds.
That's
Also
what we call
known
forward
as
to defense.
players.
Yeah, you got you. Thank you.
Fair play. So I'll set this up, and I just do blocker and glove. I'll set it to sequence. We'll crank that baby up to 8 and get it set up. So this drill, all I'm trying to do is focus on my hands and my tracking just to get warmed up. So here we go. So all I'm thinking is just eyes all over the puck. I just skated about an hour ago at practice, so this is nice.
Feeling
all
good.
warm. So I'm just tracking the puck on and off my blocker, all the way into my glove. So this is my warm up.
Notice
Just
how he's
tracking the
shifting.
puck.
Yeah.
Upper body
Yeah.
shifting right into the puck. That's what we're looking for.
Just keeping my hands out in
Yep.
front.
And now, Joey, your dad just made a point. Let's say it again louder, Brian, so
so
people can hear.
You notice that upper body shifting towards the puck.
Right.
That's what we're looking for, right?
Yep.
So many goalies just drop on a shot. So we want them to be able to read and react and then shift into the shot and read it as opposed to just reaching for it.
Good point. There it is.
So Joey, on like on a day where, I don't know, maybe you guys are on the road and there's no skate, is this is where you do some of this stuff?
This is exactly what I would do. Yep, this is exactly what I would do. Be some more drills in this, but yeah, it would consist of exactly this. Especially, if I'm starting the next day, I find it makes a huge difference. I mean, I think Schneids will tell you, like, when you're playing in the NHL, you're playing every single night. Even if you do take a day off and you don't skate, like, it takes a little bit. There's a little rust, like the next morning skate. So to do this, I find it's like I skated the day before. Like, Schneids, how does it feel when you take that day off and you don't skate?
It is. It takes you a second to get going, especially in the beginning. That's why we do warm-up drills. We do the puck track. And be right, when coming off a practice or a game the day before, you definitely have more rhythm and flow and timing, I think, and your eyes are just already trained to it.
Yeah, that's the number one thing is the eyes, the tracking.
Yeah.
I think we got time for another one. You want to
do
pop
one
in
more?
another one? Yeah.
Yeah, so this is actually just skate and shoot. So they're just going to come down the wing and shoot. This is with NHL shooters. These shots are absolutely ripped. So these are tough to stop. And this is one I really like doing. This is just like your run-of-the-mill like flow type drill that you'd see at morning skate. So yeah, let's see here.
Do you know who's shooting here?
This is Nolachari.
Oh, no, let's try. There we go. Well, we won't pay attention to the Boston University Arena there, Brian.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
Not DC.
So I guess we got to come in on one side here.
I mean, that's coming hard. Like, again, you're making it look pretty easy, but
These are absolute lasers.
they get on you in a hurry when you have the headset on.
That was right off the face. Let's see how we did. 6 for 6, not too bad.
All right.
Not bad at all.
Good, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go one more.
One more? Okay. Let's do, you guys wanted to see some traffic, right? So let's do some
Yeah.
traffic. So this is what I think. So the two biggest things for me is the tracking and then working through traffic. So this one is going to be a pass, basically like you'll see it here, right? So east-west play, but there's going to be a big screen in front. And for me, I always like to say you're working to find the puck. So I'm going to work to find this puck as the pass gets made.
We got Rupper in front of him. I think people underestimate that, Joey, when you have somebody standing in front of you and the puck goes east-west.
Oh, yeah.
To look from one side to the other and know where the puck's going to be and read it off the stick, because that's the hardest thing is you got to see it come off
Hardest
the stick.
thing.
So that's why teams...
Now they switched it to
Yeah.
a 1T on that side now. So
Yeah.
you got to...
And remember, in practice,
Yep.
no one wants to stand in front of the net. So
Right,
goalies
right.
need their reps in screens, but you can't get it in practice. You can get it here.
Especially off one-timers. Nobody's
No
standing in
offense,
No one's
Schneids,
standing
if
there.
you asked me to come in front and take it 1Ts on me, I'd be like, beat it. I'm
Yeah.
out. No, but that's a great point. Able to get those looks.
Yep. So there we go.
That's awesome. We really appreciate you doing that. He zipped around that way better than I ever could. I'm sitting there trying to and back out of menus. You know exactly where you're going. So in order to kind of put this all together, we wanted to pull some clips of you playing and sort of have you walk us through it, because what we were gathering from that, puck tracking, obviously, finding pucks around screens, aggressive hands, we discussed. So those are some of the themes that we're hitting on here on some of these drills. So we'll run to the tape and just show Joey in certain play recognition was another big one, understanding where the puck's going to go. So again, this is just you in an in-zone play, trying to track and just realize where the puck's going to be ahead of it.
Yeah. I think if you just, I obviously cut in and out of the screen here, but you can just see I'm constantly working to find the puck, right? So it's like I'm looking around bodies, I'm up high, I'm low, shot gets taken, find the puck. Pasta makes a play up here to the blue line. I'm just working to find the puck, sticks, bodies in front. Like, same thing here. He's going to come up the wall. That's a flash screen from our own guy, from their guy in front of the net. Like, if you get complacent, I like calling it, you have to work to find the puck.
Yeah, stop it here, roll back a little bit, just see how many bodies there are, because your teammates are in there too trying to battle. So
Frost is coming up the wall there and kind of coming in. So their guy's skating in front. Our two guys are crisscrossing in front. Like, you're basically, I like to describe it to non-hockey people as you're driving on the highway in a snowstorm with gigantic windshield wipers going like this. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
So you have to work really hard to find the puck and find the release of the shot.
I like that analogy. That's really good. This one we kind of like too, especially just.
So this save.
We're going to get a better look from the backside too if you want to stop it at any point.
Yeah, so freeze it right when he shoots it. So I'm here, I'm on the right side of the puck. So he's going to come. He's releasing it right now. Look where I'm looking. Okay, so you have Lindholm and Lindgren right here. I'm looking on this side of the puck. Now slow-mo this shot. I'm going to catch it over here.
So let me bring it back to where he has the puck a second. I want to ask you guys this, because you talk about the release.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing here? Is this McAvoy shooting the puck?
Yes.
What are you seeing that's showing you he's going far side?
Well, so personally for me, there's two things. It's a read, and then it's a read of the release. So he's looking up, right? He's got his eyes up, which tells me he's looking at the net. So I'm leaned like this. Like, I might as well just use the net here. Like, if I'm leaned like this, what part of the net's open?
So can you cat and mouse him?
I mean, yes, but you're just knowing, like, I have to find the pucks. I'm finding it here.
Okay.
There's traffic. This side of the net's exposed. So I'm reading that. Then, if you slowly play it here, as he releases it, head up and everything, like, I read the release. I see probably the first 2 to 3 feet of this shot, and then I don't see it the rest of the way. And then I'm just able to project it on the other side. So we talk about projecting the puck, projecting a release. The rest of the way, the last 20 feet of that shot, I don't see it at all, but I just know it's going right in my pocket.
That's cool. That's a great clip.
We're up for 6-7 times a game that happens. The goalie has to make a save, they don't see it, and that's what makes him NHL.
Well, and like, if we can just pause this clip here, and we'll get into this in a second, but I think the coolest thing for me, and I'm sure Schneids can tell you the same thing, is like when you make a save in a game, and it'll be like a floater from the blue line, or like even a hard shot from the blue line, and like, the fans are like, good save, but they have no idea that I just tracked it through 4 bodies and saw it for a 1/10 of the second on the way in and was able to catch it here. Yeah. Like, those saves are really cool to make, and it requires constant effort and practice, and a huge way to train with it has been my sensory, and I think it's made a massive difference in my career.
Because he'll actually, after a game when we're talking, he'll call it a sensorina save.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I like that.
That one, I made a sensorina save.
I don't think I make the save unless I've trained it for years now.
To your point, as goaltenders, we filter data. We get hundreds and thousands of repetitions, so that way when you start projecting the puck, you've seen that puck enough that if it's this far off the ice, a second in, it's going to be this high off the ice by the time it gets me. And you only learn that by doing it over and over again and realizing in your brain that I know where this is going to be because I've seen it before.
I think probably any NHL goalie will tell you if they see the release, they're confident they're going to save it.
Yeah, that's how it should be these days.
Now think about using sensorina. Because you're not dropping down, you get all those reps without the physical wear and tear on the body, because you always hear about the goalies and the hips.
Yep.
So you get to practice projection screens without having to drop and take that abuse on the knees and the hips.
Could have used that.
so you can get your reps in.
Exactly. All right, we'll keep running through the tape here. These last couple I think we have for you. We talk about aggressive hands, projecting your hands, and we did the sensorina.
Yeah, this is exactly what that is here. So, I think if Stankoven gets kind of in tight on me, they make a nice play. He gets a little mini breakaway. So the first thing is the patience, right? So I hold my feet so I don't go down early. Patience, and then because he's so in tight, like I just jam down with my hands. And I can't tell if he was trying to go 5-hole or low glove, but I just try to take it all away, right? And then on the rebound, just getting some depth and getting out aggressively.
And I really like this one too, because this is one of the hardest plays as a goalie, the one touch from the goal line out, because your momentum, you're going back to the post, the puck's already on its way out. You have to have early eyes, meaning you got to see it, and your head will turn before your body moves. So walk us through it.
So yeah, so I go back into reverse here. Kevin makes a nice play to the middle, and then yeah, my eyes are already kind of on this shot. And again, censoring a huge part in this, because as it comes here, like I'm tracking this release, and then it's just projecting my hands forward, right? Like if my hands are back on my hips, it probably goes in, but I have my hands out, and then you can see, like you'll see in this replay here, just watch my head. Watch my eyes. Puck goes to the blocker. All over it.
Listen, man, I'm not a trained goalie eye, but you're all over that. You see it. I mean, it's fun to slow it down like this, because you see it that entire time.
Yeah, and like I said, like in my sensory unit training, all I'm working on is keeping my hands forward, because when they come back, like it just exposes so much net. So if I have my hand here, it just hits it. I track it, like I almost don't even move it. I just let it hit that blocker and track it right off.
And Brian, you introduced me to this later in my career, but the demo I did last time with sensory was box control.
Box control.
That the puck has to pass through a smaller box before it gets to the bigger box that is the net. And that was a perfect example of controlling the box and not letting the puck get on you in a hurry. So
you mentioned that with the coaching. Give us a little bit on Schneid's. You've been the coach in Schneid's. He's got that relationship with your guys' family for a long time. But you also you've coached, what, 12? Is it 12 guys who've ended up making pro or NHL or wherever that number is?
Yeah,
a lot.
Quite a bit. Yeah, quite a bit. So he was fantastic. So I used to call Corey the businessman because he was so analytical. Look what he's doing here. So he's so analytical, and what made him or gave him the ability to keep on getting better was he could understand and process and realize what he needed to do to make it to the next level. He just kept on getting better and better. And it's a surreal moment, because having
cool.
Corey as a kid and then Joey following.
Well, I used to fill up his water bottle when I was 5.
That's
back in the day.
It's a cool full circle.
No, it's been awesome watching you kind of grow up and become the player you have, and what you did for my career. And I had to rely on my processing, because I wasn't a great athlete. I'm not as good as an athlete as you are, so I kind of had to think my way through it a little bit more.
I think you were plenty good, trust me.
I love going through this. This is the second one we've done this year. We did a couple last year. Schneid's has been great from the goaltending standpoint. We've got a few skater and player ones coming up. I can't wait to get my hands on these and start dabbling with this. It's fun. We appreciate you guys swinging in here. This was good stuff.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, we got coming up next. Every team in the East is 500 or better, but not every team is going to make the playoffs. So which team should we be getting concerned about right now? We got a little red alert coming up on the other side.
And they show me getting scored on.
Tape Room is presented by NHL Sense Arena. Revolutionary VR hockey training now featuring the new Dangle Pro stick handling mode.